William Wordsworth is a British poet who is associated with the Romantic movement of the early 19th century. He lived in the picturesque Lake District in England, and the inspiration behind this poem came from a walk Wordsworth took with his sister Dorothy around Glencoyne Bay in the Lake District on April 15, 1802. He would draw on this experience to compose I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud in 1804. It was first published in 1807 in Poems in 2 volumes, and a revised version was published in 1815, and it describes how the narrator is having a down day but finds joy in the little things in life. I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils. The poem consists of 4 stanzas for 24 lines. The rhyme scheme is ABABCC, and the meter is an iambic pentameter. The last 2 lines of each stanza rhyme like the end of a Shakespeare sonnet, so each stanza feels independent and self-sufficient. The speaker is a lonely poet who has learned to keep himself company by viewing nature as peopled by things. We know that the speaker is a poet because he tells us so in line 15. His sensitive and intelligent nature puts him so far above everyone and everything else that he can't help but feel a noble loneliness. He lives in a rural area and likes to take long walks by himself. Fortunately, the speaker has a vibrant imagination and can create the effect of having people around him without actually having people around him. The daffodils are personified as a crowd of people as well as the waves, but the waves are not as happy as the daffodils. The speaker says that the line of daffodils is never-ending, but we know this can't be strictly true, because all good things come to an end. This could be an example of hyperbole or exaggeration. Wordsworth imagines the daffodils in his spiritual vision, for which he uses the metaphor of inward eye. His heart dances like a person too. Personally, I think everyone can relate to the emotions that this poem evokes. When I was growing up, I never really had a consistent group of friends, and in high school, I would say I was a pretty moody person. There would be times where it would feel like I was just floating in the wind, but then I would look at the clouds or the sunshine, and that would put a smile on my face and take me out of whatever funk I was in. Overall, I really enjoy this poem because it is extremely positive and it encourages people who may be feeling down to look around them and appreciate all the beauty that there is in the world.